Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Dominic and I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of Not News, the Nerd News Show. Let's get into the news, shall we? First up on the show, if you haven't heard already, Netflix are adapting the hugely successful manga/anime series Death Note into a feature film to be released on their streaming platform. For those of you who don't know, Death Note is a mature manga/anime series created by Tsugumi Ohba and Takeshi Obata, in which a high schooler, Light Yagami, happens to find a mysterious notebook that has the power to magically murder anybody whose name he writes on its pages. Now, when Light decides to use the notebook to execute all of the world's criminals, it leads to a fascinating and morally complex game of cat and mouse between he and a brilliant detective known only as L. Now, while the casting thus far has been, well, divisive to say the least, the latest bit of casting news coming out of the production can surely only excite fans of the macabre and morally ambiguous series. Willem Dafoe, Oscar-nominated actor perhaps best known to genre fans as Norman Osborn or the Green Goblin from the first Spider-Man movie, is set to take on the role of Ryuk the Shinigami, or Death God for the uninitiated, the character responsible for Light finding the Death Note. Now, those of you who have read the series, and if you haven't, I highly recommend that you do. Even if you're not a fan of anime, just trust me on this one, it's incredible. Anyway, those of you who have read the series or have seen it and are familiar with Dafoe's work will understand just how perfect this casting choice is. I mean, he kind of even resembles the character, no? Ryuk's role in the series is an important one, as he serves not only as the voice of exposition for the audience, but almost as a vessel for the audience's own ideologies to operate through, neither condoning nor condemning events as they play out before him. Netflix's Death Note movie is set for release sometime in 2017. Next up on the show, reviews for the movie Suicide Squad have begun trickling in, and I think it's fair to say that so far it's looking to be a bit of a mixed bag. Some outlets such as Empire enjoyed the movie, calling it a real hoot and so bad to the bone it's good, whilst others such as The Telegraph are calling the movie crushingly puerile comic book pornography. Ouch. It does, however, seem that across the board most outlets can agree that Viola Davis's Amanda Waller and Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn are undoubtedly the stars of the show, but the one that I'm really curious about is of course Jared Leto's portrayal of the Clown Prince of Crime and how it stacks up to the definitive incarnation of the Joker delivered to us by the late Heath Ledger in 2008's The Dark Knight. Apparently he does okay. According to Variety, Leto manages to invent a version of the Joker every bit as unsettling as Ledger's immortal incarnation. High praise indeed. However, it seems there isn't enough of him in the movie, with Rolling Stone's Peter Travers describing Leto's performance as a glorified walk-on. I'm looking forward to going to see this movie for myself over the weekend and formulating my own opinion. The trailer did look great, with his eccentric tone seeming to be the shot in the arm that the DC extended universe of movies needed. However, with a Rotten Tomatoes score of just 35%, it doesn't look like Superman and friends will be winning over any crowds anytime soon. Let's just all cross our fingers for that Wonder Woman movie, shall we? And that's it for this episode of Not News. Thank you everybody for watching, and please do feel free to hit that like button down below. You know the one, it's the little thumbs up, and it really does help this channel to grow. Also feel free to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with any content that comes out in the future. I've been Dominic and I'll see you next time.